In this exercise, we're going to discuss patterning. Patterning in Inventor is very similar to the array command in AutoCAD. It also considers mirror to be patterning as well. Let's take a look at them. First one I'll look at is the rectangle pattern. All the Autodesk dialogues you'll ever run across always work top to bottom, left to right. So the first thing in the very top left-hand corner it's asking me to do is select my geometry. Going forward, you'll notice several dialogues that are similar in this, that if there is a red arrow, it means nothing has been selected and it's asking you to select something. So I can come down here and window this little rectangle. I can move to the direction now. I can type in a distance. You can see that it's going in the wrong direction. I want it to go up and down, but I want it to go up, not down. So I can flip it. So now it's going the right way. I can type in a number of rows that I want it to show. So I want to have 6 rows. If I don't want to have multiple columns, I can stop here and hit OK, and it'll just be one column. But because I want it to be multiple columns, I'm going to select direction 2. And I'll select this line down here. Enter a distance. This one worked okay, so I do not have to flip the direction. I can come in here and put in my column information. If I expand out the additional information, I can actually come in here and suppress parts of this pattern. So now the center of this are not going to be solid, meaning that if this is going to be extruded or it's going to be a cutout, it's going to ignore those 6 in the middle. I hit OK. Now I can dimension the original one. And we'll update the entire pattern. Now I could have dimensioned this before I created the pattern, but I wanted to show you that it was adaptive, so I waited until after I was finished creating it. You'll see these dimensions here, and these are actually what drive the pattern. So if I want to adjust the pattern, I can just change the dimension. And my pattern will adjust accordingly. The next pattern we're going to discuss is basically what AutoCAD considered polar array. Inventor calls circular array. Once again, top to bottom, left to right, we select the geometry. Then we select the axis. You can see here I have 6 going in 360 degrees. I'll change that to 8. I'll change that to 260. It leaves me a gap here. For whatever reason, if I have a bolt hole pattern or something I want to adjust, I don't have to have a completely closed pattern. Hit OK. Change it after the fact again here. Once again, I could have determined my circle size before I did my pattern, but I wanted to show you it's that easy to create that pattern. The next option in patterning is mirroring. Select an object, then I select the line, hit apply, and it's that easy. It automatically adds the symmetrical constraints to it. Now something that's simple like these 2 little rectangles, I probably wouldn't use the mirror pattern. But if you have a very complex sketch that has a lot to it, and it's going to be a true mirror image of each other, if it looks something like this, then it may be better to actually mirror this than it would be to try to draw it twice and then add the symmetrical constraints to it. A lot of things that I'm going to show you throughout this course are options that you can use. Inventor does have some rules that it likes you to play by, but a lot of things that you can get very creative with. If you can think of a new way to use this mirror or pattern constraint, by all means, try it out, play with it. If it'll create it and it doesn't cause a problem, then use it. Patterning and mirroring, there are no set rules of how or when you have to use them. I do caution you not to get carried away with them, but do get creative with them.